Hi, I just want to come on and say to those that are caregivers and are dealing with family or friends or clients that have mental health issues, being a caregiver is not easy. Having people listen and react to the person that you're giving aid to, it's hard. They reach out to their network of people, and in my case, I'm not sure about anybody else, but in my case, they like to play victim, and they are very convincing to outsiders. And the outsiders need to know their interference isn't helping. It's hurting, and it's hurting deeply. It's hurting the person you think you're helping, and it's hurting the caregiver. It is disarming the caregiver from being able to help the person they are caring for. If you want to help, come spend time with that person before you place judgment. Sit in that household. Visit the person that has the mental illness that you're friends with and you want to help. Come in and sit there and talk to them and ask them if they can go to the grocery store for them, or pick something up from Walmart, or come and help them do their laundry, or come and help them and share a meal with them. Get to know that person. Don't assume anything from anybody. Don't even assume from the caregiver, because I'm not saying all caregivers are grateful and honest. They're not. There's bad as well as good. But before you pass judgment onto that caregiver, or before you respond because you're concerned deeply about your friend, instead of sending the police, how about you send yourself to the door and you knock on it and you see firsthand with your own eyes, and you hear directly with your ears all parties that are there, not just one, but all. Because there's more to a household when there's a person living there, and then there's caregiver. That's two people. If you're only reacting and responding to the one, you're disservicing the other and doing harm to the one you think you're helping. Now, I don't know if this makes sense to people. If you're a caregiver, you know. Stop interfering, people. It's not your battle. It's not your house. If you can't come into my home where I am giving the care and get to know me, don't call the cops on me for no reason. Just because you talk to someone that has challenges daily with their mind. I understand you want to believe them, but there are people that play the victim for sympathy as a mental illness. I deal with a narcissist, paranoia, disordered, elderly, dementiated, stage 1 person. I don't know who you talk with on the other end of that phone, but I know what the medical diagnoses were for that person that you're talking to on the phone. I know that person's living conditions because they're in my home, and I know my strengths and my weaknesses and my struggles, and I know what I go through daily. And I know what I've gone through in the last 2 weeks daily has been intensified because of interrupters. People that think they're do-gooders, and they're not do-gooders. Your doing good is doing bad. Just saying. If you want to stick this inside a door of someone struggling to take care of a person that's elderly, come on, they're 84 years old. How competent do you think their mind really is? What do you know about their kids? other than one-way hearing from them to you. I never place judgment on people without going to them. And trust me, I've walked into many houses of strangers just to seek answers and get reassurance that everything was okay before I sent in authorities. Know your rights. Know what you're doing, whether it's helpful or not. And like I said, be helpful. Don't assume anything. Come to my house. Sit with me. I'll pour you a beautiful cup of tea. Maybe even discuss some of your health issues and get you on a healthy track. Because I know my education and I know my limits and I know my mother. And I know my boundaries and I know her boundaries. But I also know her medical diagnosis, her mental struggles, the fights she went through in her life. I know those things. I lived in those situations and those things. You weren't in my home. You weren't in her home. You have not lived our life to judge and pass judgment. You don't have the right to pass judgment onto caregivers because you feel for the person they're caring for. Think about that. I'm a caregiver. Why would someone that's telling you fathom stories need care? Why can't they live on their own? Did you ever once think, well, if this was true, then why isn't this person living alone? Hello, I'm a healthcare caregiver for a reason. If you knew Dora, you would understand. She can't live alone. So you trying to convince her to move out and get her own apartment? You're killing her. You're setting the idea in her head that she is capable of doing things on her own and taking care of herself. They're not. She's mentally incompetent, physically unable to do certain things. So again, help your caregiver if you want to help. Show up and do their dishes. Show up and help them do the laundry. Bring them a meal. Give them a break. Sit with the person so they can go and take a shower maybe. Or do a devotion in a Bible. Why don't you help that way instead of helping by calling the police? Or sending your concerns to your physician. Your physician doesn't know me. Your physician should give no advice to you on what to do. He's not in my home. They are not taking care of my person that I'm a caregiver to. Your doctor has no right or business to call me. Because you had a concern, you should have been the one that called me. You should be the one making the calls. You should be the one going to the home. You should be the one offering help. Physical, in my face help. So next time, people, when you got an opinion on how healthcare people, caregivers, should be taking care of someone, why don't you come and take that person and be their caregiver and see the truth of how difficult caregiving really, really is. And to my caregiving friends, I bless you. And when I get time and you need it, I want to come and wash your dishes. I want to come and mop your floors and do your laundry. I want to be that friend that is there to support you. because I know firsthand what it feels like to be trashed and stomped on and thrown under the bus for doing what you do out of love and respect for the people you're caring for. I'm not getting paid for this. If I get rent $500, that covers food that I buy for them. That covers special need materials that they need. That covers people watching them when I have to leave my home. I have to pay for someone to come in here. That's nothing. Nothing. She has to eat. She has a specified diet. She don't like homemade health food. She has to have processed food. I don't make processed food. I don't buy processed food. So yeah, she pays me money to buy her processed food. But to my peeps, stay strong. I got you, girls, guys, whatever. I'm here. Just yell at me, holler, say, hey, I need 5. And I'll give you 10. Because I know the battle we all fight. Peace.